I remember my earliest thoughts of visiting my grandfather were going out to his shed in the garden and doing stuff. My dad had a shed when I was growing up. I've always had a shed, so yeah, I really enjoy working in sheds.
The Essex Shed Network is a partnership between two community voluntary services, so Malden and District and Uttlesford. Every shed is its own organisation effectively, and we're there in the background to provide a support which makes these sheds as autonomous as possible.
Well, the shed was a project that identified that men needed some kind of social activity.
So the Essex Shed Network is funded by the National Lottery Community Fund. Previously we had support from the Essex Community Foundation with the Community Resilience Fund.
And it's really interesting, as soon as you start to talk about men's sheds, people get that feeling it's a good thing and they come on board.
I found out about the shed originally about 2 years ago, and I thought, oh, what a good idea.
I was put in touch with the shed by Provide after I had a stroke, and they thought it might be interesting for me to come along and have a look and see what's going on and get myself involved.
See, I've been on my own since 2010, sadly lost my wife to lung cancer. Scratching around looking for things to do really.
I'd moved back to Essex because of sort of illness within my family, and I'd been volunteering in Chelmsford, wanted to do something similar locally, so I just looked up a volunteering opportunity.
So I suggested that I'd like to help, so that's really why I'm here.
Well, at the time I tried to take my life to place, so I had a lady come round to my house who was a support worker, and she found it on the internet and asked me if I'd be interested in going. So I said yes. Now I've been coming here for 3 years and thoroughly enjoy it.
It was my wife really that pushed me into it, and I signed up and haven't looked back since.
Well, sheds are important for guys at my age. I can remember when I first retired, I thought to myself, great, there's going to be time I'll be out in my workshop. But actually I retired in the winter, and after a couple of months out in a cold workshop on my own, you really do begin to feel lonely.
All through my life I've been in the building industry, and then when you come upon retirement, you're suddenly looking around, and of course, it almost all finishes. You don't go out anywhere, etc., to do things.
When I first came, I'm a toolmaker by trade, and I used to do metal turning, but I'd never used a wood lathe, and it's always been a passion of mine to use a wood lathe. And one of the shedders that had recently joined, he's 88, and he passed on some of his skills to me of how to use the wood lathe, and I've never looked back since then.
As I say, I'm a widower, and it gives me a purpose. Member of the shed is the community, the meeting lots of people, introducing them to aspects of woodwork and health and safety within using machines, and I just feel that I want to pass that information on to other people.
Well, initially I came along just as a member, and it was really good fun. I learned lots of new skills, and it was met a whole bunch of people as well.
And of course we've got some really good volunteers here, people whose background is in construction and kitchen fitting and building in general,
A lot of guys at my age would have worked in industry, that had the camaraderie of other blokes, and you retire and you lose all that.
The main ethos of sheds is actually the company. It's getting guys to come together, and bring them out of situations where they might otherwise be quite lonely or isolated, so they can come together, carry out these projects, really just socialise with each other.
The people here are really good. They're a great fun group, and if anybody's feeling a bit down, we can help them through that, chat with them. There's always somebody who can help them out.
And the great thing about sheds is it's that camaraderie. You come together, you've got jobs to do, but also you're chatting all the time. We spend time up here having coffee.
We're providing teas and coffees and an area where people can just sit and chat if that's all they want to do.
So We're really looking to grow the number of sheds across the county so that more people, more men can benefit from what sheds brings.
This gives me the opportunity to A, get out on my own, gives the wife a break from me being in the way most of the time, and I can do the job here that I used to do.
I made a lot of new friends, learnt a lot of new skills, and filled my time up. Thoroughly enjoyed myself.
In the last 6 months I've made more new friends than probably in the last 10 years.
If you've had a nice day, then you go home and you're in a better frame of mind, and it helps you to get through the evening.
But coming here was, yeah, it's just changed my life.